Back to the conversation right here on Lagos Television. We still have Mr. Dari Oloyede, a legal practitioner and political affairs commentator, here with us this morning, talking about 3 years of President Tinubu's administration. Is it progress or promise? Now we're talking about how to match the hope with reality, how to perhaps there's this huge chasm between the governed and the led. A situation where can we even have something? So you were talking about before we went on break.
Yeah.
Say if we can even have electricity supply, that can. We're talking about informal sector. That means they work more, they make more money. Then you can even charge them for
Electricity will be a game changer anytime. I won't talk. Let me leave security for now. Electricity, for a start, is a game changer. When people feel that, oh, these people have our interest at heart, you don't even need to cajole them. You don't need to give them money or rice to come and vote. They will come for one thing alone, that, at least he solved this. I know many Nigerians who have said, if only they can just allow power supply to be regular, the president can stay there. I have heard so many people say that. Growing up, when Muritala Mohammed and even Buhari, when they took power through military coup, I mean, we were young boys then, and I remember that. Let's talk about, Muritala Mohammed, the goodwill was just so high, and it tapered into General Obasanjo's regime because he just jumped on it, and nobody ever challenged them about even some of the very difficult things they brought upon us. Buhari, during his own time, they will go into shops of people who were hoarding commodities, without court order, without anything. They will just go break the shop open, and the owner will be there, and they will start selling people's things at the controlled prices. People will queue, buy. The owner, not too happy because it's not making it will be at a profit, and they will sell to people. People will go home, and people kidding. That was when war against indiscipline. People started queuing. Nobody needed to be forced again. You will even look stupid when you do something out of, can't you see the queue? Do you understand what I'm saying? There are certain things that come in naturally. Nigerians are the easiest to govern. Just give them one thing. But this divide and rule thing, categorizing, turning us into, looking at religion, ethnicity, and all those things, it's going to break us. It's not going to make us better. Just give us one thing. Like security situation. You have a situation now that it's so difficult for me, anytime I have to travel by road, even to my village there, that is trekking distance, I feel, it's like anything can happen. Because these people are now moving in. Now, imagine a situation where one day, all these people that you actually capture, that you overpower, these insurgents, you actually capture them, and you show Nigerians that we just captured. We just hear stories, and there's no follow-up. They don't pass through the judicial system. When you catch people, you say you want to rehabilitate them. Why not take them through the court system? Let the court make a pronouncement. Let the people see that, yes, we caught these people, and the court said, yes, you go to jail, or an option of this and that, community service, this and that, or take them to go and farm. You understand what I'm saying? When people see those things, Goni Afigi, it is what you see that you believe. Nigerians have become, all of us have become doubting Thomases because we have lived on so many promises for decades, and these promises have never been kept. Now we are hearing that, it is just to prepare the ground. The next 4 years will definitely be better. How can you do the same thing for 3 years, and you are even saying, no, we are changing again. We are changing again. And you expect people to say, okay, after 4 years, this is the foundation. What kind of foundation is this? Foundation for 3 years and nothing that the common man can look at other than anguish. So that is the problem. They must begin to do things. Imagine all the kind of sums we are hearing. 800 billion, can you call billion, that people have taken, no accountability. And you begin to, one day I just analyze it. If you look at 800 billion, and they put 20 billion into power supply in every state.
But we've seen records shows that during Obasanjo's period, billions was sunk into it. to no avail. Every administration, successive administration, even Jonathan, Yaradua, everyone, even Buhari.
Yes.
In fact, one minister he's cooling his heels in Kuje prison as we speak.
Yes.
A former minister of power.
Power.
I don't think it's for want of trying, is it?
No. You see, don't let us. You see, we must not. We see, Nigerians lower the standards every point in time. We keep on cutting politicians the slack. If you advertise yourself as being able and competent,
to
that
do this.
I can do better than this useless fellow, just give me the chance. When you get there, it's not to say, oh, well, others have tried now. Okay, I remember the one about Yaradua taking over from Obasanjo. I think it was 16 billion or something dollars.
Yes.
And of course, the hue and cry, Elumelu then did the investigation.
Yes.
And came up with a report.
And they entered into Wahala.
Ask yourself, where is the report? What has happened after the report? Do you understand? You see, if they had followed up and said, okay, this nonsense must stop, there will be something we can hold on to. Now, this Buhari came, Siemens was meant to now transform the energy sector.
Yes.
They say, they are.
Yeah.
See,
that's during Buhari.
They signed all sorts of agreements. They did all sorts of things. Let me tell you, a prelude to that under Jonathan was, I think, E.ON, a German company. They had a blueprint that would transform the. I mean, I know this because I actually got involved in a matter, litigation that is still pending in court, about a Nigerian who was involved with that company. He was a vice president for the E.ON, the German company. I mean, Germany has power supply is the least of them. In fact, they have too much supply. Do you understand? Oversupply. So this man came as a Nigerian, and they said we can solve this problem. All we need to do within 13, 14 months. This is the blueprint. They did everything, and they were going to start the work. And this is not in public domain, but because the person, my client, was sitting atop the whole project, when things fell apart, I said, look, you are a Nigerian. This opportunity came. You led a team of German engineers to come and do this project. What happened again? And I don't know whether I'm permitted to say what he told me.
You're a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
You should know whether it's
I mean, okay. So, allegedly, he then said, look, what happened was, we presented the project, blah, blah. When it got to the point of signing, then the people who were supposed to be fronting for the government came and said, okay, for this project, there must be 10% of ownership to be given to so person. And it's like 10% of ownership. How do we factor that? We have shareholders back home. We have the law back home. The home government, we don't do those things in Germany. How do we say this person got 10%? What for? What's the equity contribution? And they said no, 20%. And they said no. Then they were pushing back and forth and back and forth. On the day that this thing was meant to be signed, they said, oh, we've told the number one and said, accept that or nothing. And he said, while he was sitting there in the seat of power, waiting for the final decision to sign or not to sign, the Ogas back home in Germany called him. Okay, there's no need for you to wait to sign anymore. We are taking this to, I think, Egypt or one of the North African countries, that they've agreed to do the same project. And there is no kickback, nothing. And that was how they took it away from Nigeria. I mean, and the person telling me this was the head of the whole team. And he said he was almost crying that, this would have been his own contribution
to the country.
That, and that would even bring him and his family back to Nigeria. That, okay, now I'm back home and I've impacted the society. Yes. Good pedigree. His father worked with, one of the big ones in Nigeria too. He's retired now and everything. He would have done it. And then he then had to, there was a falling out with his principals back home because it was a major project. They wanted to do that in Nigeria because they know that the Nigerian population will get paid handsomely and very cheap rates.
Yes.
So that failed. And you know what? Then it was repackaged under Buhari. And the repackaging is what they kept telling us. Oh, another company will now do this. They just like tearing the cover page and putting something else. I'm telling you the truth. It was that bad. And then when people said it, I called my friend and said, CEO, it's like these people, they are coming, said they're not doing anything. What we presented is what they've done, they've now repackaged it. And that is not going to work because they don't know how to make it work. Has it worked?
Okay, we need to wrap up this conversation. I mean, 3 years down the line, that means that child is about to, if not in nursery school,
Yes.
At the moment, having been given birth to like 2023. So life is beginning to happen.
Yeah.
So what will you say will make life more bearable, even as we enter the fourth year of this administration?
I mean, talk, because every time we talk, they say, look, you keep criticizing.
Yeah.
Give us solution. The solution for me, you see, when Mr. President was coming in, I remember the First Lady saying, we are aspiring to get here, not because we are hungry. We are comfortable. And indeed, President Tinubu is blessed. His wife, his family, he is a man that God has chosen. You know, you hear the story of Jabez.
Yes.
You understand? The Jabez story. Somebody that had a bad name and his name was changed for the best. That is what God has brought this man to come and do. I believe he means well. Like you said, when they are coming, they mean well. And there's a spirit probably in there that fights against their doing good. My take is this, and I'm speaking directly to the president. I mean, not many people have this opportunity that I have. You know, I had this senior who is late now, Prince Choyebi. Every time he calls me, Daddy, you are one of these people always criticizing government. You too, you should be in government. And I said, look, he said, okay, one day I will take you to Jagaban, and then come and say all this nonsense you are saying before him. And I said, if you give me that chance, I will say it. Who knows? God may speak through me. God has put him there specifically to prove the point that there is nobody that God cannot use to turn around the fortunes of a nation or of humanity. There is still time. In the next 1 year, before the next election, I pray and I plead that the president and members of his inner caucus, those he trusts, they should de-emphasize this concentration on election. The election can be won and lost just by solving one problem in Nigeria that will impact the lives of the people directly. It's not by giving rice or money or anything. Stop doing that. Capture all this money. Execute a major project. It can be done. Or let them see that this one we are doing. Yes, you say Coastal Road and all those things. How many Nigerians can apply that road? There are Lagosians who have never left Isaleko since they were born. I mean, you do a project that will touch all of us. They will believe in you. They will vote for you. You don't need to go through people. Come out there. Talk to us. This is what I will do. In 6 months, you will see the return. The power minister, the last one that left, that went to contest, he told us, gave timelines. Every timeline. Yes, he lost on all the timelines he gave us and lost the primary election. Serves him right. I mean, we have to tell ourselves the truth. You can't give us estimated, and now you don't want estimated votes on the primary election. It serves him right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dario Oloyede. That's not fair. Estimated, that's not fair, Mr.
Okay,
Oloyede.
you are saying it's not fair coming from me. It's not original to me. I don't have the copyright. You know, Nigerians, we catch cruise a lot. They came up with that, and I love it.
Okay, that's about it for just x-raying the 3 years of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. And I think one word it captured is let Mr. President, he's still got a year.
1 year.
Do something that will touch everyone, not necessarily road. I'm sure even if it is security or electricity will, it won't fight, will address some of this. Thank you very much, sir, for being here today.
Thank you.
We'll take a very short break. Joy has been sitting by, not standing by, to take us through something more more convivial, less strong, like the one we've just analyzed now. Okay, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
The views expressed on this program do not represent that of the producer, management of Lagos Television, or the Lagos State Government. They remain the perspectives of those expressing them. Thank you for staying with Lagos Television.